Hello everybody. Sorry for the minute or so, but I was waiting to get connected. Hi Elaine, hi CJ, hi Sharon, hi Sandra, and yes Elaine, not farther than last night. It wasn't really a nap, but I woke up because I had to go to the bathroom and I was firmly convinced that it's the afternoon for some reason. Well, maybe because I went very early to sleep. Yeah, my sleep is still all messed up. Hi J9, hi Adelaide. So I will show you, because I figured out what the question was last time. It was about the back side of the kitties. And I will show you that, but first what I want to show you is how to make very easy Halloween-like stuff, because a lot of times, we think everything has to be, oh my god, I'm working with polymer clay and everything has to be exactly perfectly that. But to give you an example, and what I'm going to do today, hi Silver, hi Colleen, hi Anna. What I want to show you today is because it always baffled me. You have a lot of people who use alcohol inks and use stamps on polymer clay, but if you've ever seen, and I think I showed it before, at least I talked about it, because I know not a lot of us are can dispose of a significant budget for our craft. And I talked before about how to make alcohol inks using dollar store markers and alcohol. And your best bet is to get the alcohol that's like 90 degrees, but it can work even with 75 or 72 degrees. Alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. The people in Europe, generally you don't find isopropyl, you find the other kind, the spirit something, I forgot how it's called. And yes, you can make alcohol ink with that too, but it will not bloom as nicely as the isopropyl alcohol. So practically what you do, and when I first started my channel, I've said it before, when I first started my channel, I had, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 tools for sculpting, and like $10 I got for like $10 new clay. I had a whole bunch of old clay that took forever to condition, and because I didn't really have money to do alcohol inks, I made my own from the Dollar Tree. I just got one of those markers with 6 colors, and I did have, that's true, I did have in the house, because I used to do, once upon a time I used to do how you call it, henna tattoos. So I had a whole bunch of little bottles, that are used for henna tattoos, but that's what you can use for making your own alcohol inks. Hi, Sarah. And the way that you do it, you have to be very careful because it can be messy. And if you're prone to toppling stuff like I am, you have to be super careful. But essentially what you do, you undo the markers, and on some of them you can have to actually break the end or the tip because they cannot be opened. And you just take that cartridge inside that looks like a bunch of fibers rolled up in cellophane, and you put the alcohol in something that you don't mind throwing away, like those disposable glasses, and then you put the cartridge inside, You leave it for a couple hours and then you take it out and you put it the other way, and there's your alcohol ink. So to get back to where I started, I see a lot of people who are like, oh no, we need to use only polymer clay and stuff that's done for polymer clay. And why can't you use markers? Markers are just fine. I know a few artists that do use markers on polymer clay, and they make beautiful, beautiful stuff. Like, they first do get a white piece of clay and they do some doodles with black marker and they let that dry, and then they come back with coloring and it looks just gorgeous. Irony. So what I'm going to show you today is how to do this kind of stuff with just that. And I know that I had the marker right here because I wrote something with it. And the gremlins, oh, there it is, under the stuff that I wrote with it. So you start first with making a Skinner blend, and I did make it ahead of time because I didn't want to make you wait. Now, this was made with cadmium yellow, orange, and the chili red. You can make it with various other combinations. You can make it with yellow, orange, and then put on the very bottom just a very, very thin strip of black. Or you can completely skip the orange and use cadmium yellow, red, and then just a thin strip of black, very, very thin. Or you can use cadmium yellow and alizarin crimson, cadmium yellow red and alizarin crimson, cadmium yellow orange and alizarin crimson. So it's completely up to you. And you want to make this as wide as would be whatever you're going to make out of it. So let's say that I want to make, and again I'm making them with the larger, because I have this in 2. And if you want to buy this kind of stuff, they are actually from the store Nemravka in the Czech Republic. Let me find it here and I will show you. They still have a very, very decent shipping. So don't be too afraid about the shipping if you're in the US. Let me actually give you the direct link, and then of course you search into polymer clay. Let me go back here. When you go straight on it, if you go directly into the Nemravka CZ, it's going to show in Czech. So you just go here and you click on English and then eShop and then go to polymer clay. Come on. And if I'm not mistaken, it's in tools. I just have it on my favorites directly on there. Clay cutters, it's either here or here, wherever you want. And they have some of Melanie Muir's cutters, but they have their own that are really, and if you want to know the actual price, you go to Google and you go to, because you see here the price is in Czech crowns, so you go CZK to USD, and that's how you'll be able to figure out how much it is. So because you might get scared of what you see there, but that's the price in Czech korunas, not Czech crowns, not US dollars. These ones are a little bit more on the expensive side, but as I said, they have their own, and these ones that I just showed you are their own. You might have to scroll a little bit. I got these, for example. It's a set of 4, so it's 85 crowns. So if you put here 85 crowns, it's $3.91. So as you can see, it's quite cheap. You can see how they have all these beautiful shapes, and they have this one I really want to get. So it's a set of 2, that's 45 crowns. So it's $2. This is the one that I got, actually both of these, the big and the small. This is exactly what we are going to work with, and that was together was 90 Czech crowns, so it was 0.414. And I also got this one, and as you can see, they have cutters that are not exactly the middle of the road here, and they are really more unusual, so you can make more stuff that not everybody has. But to get back to our, and no, I'm not affiliated with them in any way. But to get back to our thing, so I will show you how you can do both the with using a little bit of clay as well, but using mostly marker. Okay, so I'm going to actually cut 2 of these, and I'm gonna make one of them in one way and the other one in another way. And now I lost my acrylic block. Ugh. I'm still stuck on gardening and all that. And remember that I was supposed to go get my shots in the neck, but because there's a lot of COVID in my state, I postponed it until I'll be able to get the booster shot. Okay, so one thing that you can do, and I'm going to probably make a third one just to reuse this. One thing that you can do is, first let's make a little, an itty bitty moon, so, or sun, whatever you want to get it. So I'm going to grab just a pinch of white. When you're done with everything, you might have to cut again just to be on the safe side, or you can do this before cutting. I prefer to at least make a small imprint of the cutter just to, you know. So I'm going to place a moon here, and then I'm going to burnish a little bit. Yeah, and it's so autumny. I don't know how to call it otherwise. It's so fall-like. And remember, when you burnish, you only want to rub. You don't want to roll. And you can feel. And as I said, you might have to, after you burnish, you might have to cut again just for the very thin. See, because it might go a little bit down. And grab my thing. I'm going to make a tree. Okay, So this is a regular, this is actually a laundry marker, but don't get an expensive marker because the tip might get, in time, might get messed up. So you don't really need a big time marker. Make sure that it's got a rounded kind of pointy tip. And what I'm going to do, can you bake it? Absolutely, you can bake it. I wouldn't show you this kind of stuff if you couldn't bake it. You can also make the tree after you bake it. It's entirely up to you. In fact, it is a little bit easier to make the tree, to draw the tree after you bake, because the raw clay is a little bit porous, so it's gonna eat a little bit your marker ink. And it's going to look better if you draw it after you bake it. And then all you have to do is to give it a little bit of and there you go, you have a very pretty foam thingy. Now, to show you the other way you can do something really neat, let's grab this one. Let's give it a moon too. Yes, and you can use them to make your own alcohol inks in colors that are hard to find on the market, and it's just a fraction of the price. I mean, you know how a bottle of ink is usually, I don't know, $4, $5, and it costs you a little bit over 25 cents to make it home. Okay, so let's give it another moon. And burnish it. Yeah, there's a reason why they made the candy corn these colors. And if you actually, let me show you, because I know I had a live. Give me just a second and I shall show you. So if you go on my channel and if you go here on playlists, you will find a Halloween one. They completely messed up the lists. It was much easier to find stuff before. Now they keep repeating. Okay, I saw it, but it jumped. There you go. I need to add the latest ones, but you have a Halloween projects, and I did make these one. No, I need to add them. I guess I didn't add them. These were just the ghosts, or maybe it's in here. Give me just a minute. Let me make sure. Because I thought I made it in this same. No, these are all ghosts. Give me just a second. Let me find it. Because I did kawaii beads for Halloween. There you go. How to make kawaii Halloween beads. I guess I just need to add it. So this is the thing. And I did show how to make all these combinations, and it was, I did make this is the combination for candy corn. As you can see, the darker one goes kind of like between between yellow and white. And I made some, then you can use them as earrings as well. Hold on. Trying to get straight on the where is it? Ugh. See, it's a candy corn thing, and then I showed how to make it kawaii. It looks super cute. So you might want to look into that. There are little smiley faces, candy corns. Let's get back. Anyway, so getting back to our project today, then grab a little bit of black and get it in a very, very thin. You'll need a very, very thin thing. And one thing that I can tell you, if you're not comfortable with cutting directly, okay, what you can do is to get a piece of wax paper and then grab, I don't think I have a pencil anymore here, so I'm gonna grab the marker, that's fine. This one has been used for burnishing. Okay, and then kind of draw a little house, right? And you can give it a couple windows. So place your drawing here, and it's going to be easy to set in place because the wax paper is going to go and stick, to go ahead and stick on the and then grab something. You can use a toothpick, you can use even a needle, and you simply do this, just trace your little, and I'm going to be very honest with you, you can do the whole X-Acto knife if you want to, but my advice to you is to use a needle to cut. I hope you can see my tracing here because it's black and the light is not that terrific. Okay, and then just use a needle to cut it. And don't forget to clean the tip of the needle from time to time, and before lifting the whole thing you want to get your windows out, because you want to see what's on the oh yeah, that one was a long time in coming, because that was when the whole health issue started. Alright, so once you do that, and if you want, actually there's a few Halloween canes that I have there, and they're not from Lives, but there's Jack Skellington. Then also there's the pumpkin cane, and that is, give me a second, that works great. Hang on, uploads. And there are some kawaii pumpkins. Hold on. No, not pumpkin. Let me get back on showing you the so let's go straight to the end. And it's not very difficult to make, but it's a fairly 3D pumpkin cane, so in case you want to do something like that, you can give it a try. Okay, so I'm going to just grab my little house and place it somewhere here. Back up. Then a few things that I want to make before I go to do anything else. I'm going to take some very, very, very thin bits, make some very, very, very thin thingies here, and I'm going to use again the needle. So first I'm going to kind of cut myself a few pieces. You can do 2 or 3 or 4 or how many you want. Let's go with 3. And here's the trick. Grab by the middle. Okay? Place it here and press a little bit to get it to stick. Then first lift, then bring down the edges. There's something on this needle. I might have used it on resin and I didn't clean it. So again, first lift, and then Press a little bit in the middle, then bring down. Let's do one more. Bring a little bit up, then bring the edges down. So at this point I can burnish it again, and again first use your fingers to press down, because what you want to do is to press the clay that's on top. You want to press it down, you don't want to flatten it out. You want to press it in the existing clay. The heck did come my acrylic block go? Who knows? Let me grab the large one. So you want to press, use an acrylic block, a mirror, a tile, or something, because you want to press it. And you'll be able, when you do this, you'll be able to feel where it's not. So keep pressing a little bit, and then you can start doing this. And of course last you burnish with your roller, and again do only rubbing, no rolling. Even if it is a roller, you only do rubbing, no rolling. And now we have a house with, because of the colors, they are actually the way that you draw birds, or you paint birds practically. The way that you'd paint birds would be just simply, or draw or whatever, birds in the flying in a distance, you just go like this. You make sure that this part is a little bit thicker, and then you do this, because this is how birds look in a distance. You just need to make this part a little bit thicker, and that's what it is here. But because of the colors, people are going to see bats, because that's what it comes in their mind, right? Then the next thing you can do, and you can do this with the a ball stylus or one of those wax carvers. Remember that I have all of this. You can find those wax carvers like these ones. Like these ones, you can find them in my Amazon store, and you get like 12 different ones for like 10 bucks. And they are awesome to use. Let me actually use one of them, because I can use this one, and I know I have another one. Or this one. These are called wax carvers. Okay, and you can use, as I said, you can use this or you can use these. So what I'm going to do again is make a string, but not as thin as the one for the birds. And then do a little bit of painting. Just simply and you go here. And again, you can make some grass here if you want to. Oops, a finnegan here. How did he get here? I don't know. And there you go. We have a full house, right? Now let's burnish this again. And again, your first thing is to press. Yeah, sometimes YouTube notification is just not working right. And then of course a little bit more burnishing, and as I said, you might have to recut because it's going to get a little flattened and deformed while you're doing all that burnishing. So there we go. And if you want, you can do again one earring one way and the other earring the other way. Right? So there we go, two different earrings on the same, this one with the marker, this one with plain polymer clay. Now give me just a second to grab the back of a earring. Never mind, I had already brought them there, here, and I forgot. Okay, because 2 weeks ago I was getting too tired to show you how to do the back of the kitty coming through the ear hole thing. So you will need one of these metal backs. As I said, for the front you need this top, the plain post earring, and for the back you'll need the metal one, not the plastic one, because it's going to have to be baked. And the way that you work it, because remember it's for that little kitty that shows like this coming out of your earlobe, and then the back. And for the back you start with pretty much a ball, more or less, and you press the back of the earring with these two things out and with the hole sticking out, pretty much like this. It doesn't matter which direction it goes, really. And then slowly teardrop it then make the end in a tail. Then grab 2 more pieces, make a 2 little. I'm gonna have to be very, very careful on how you end these. So you want the legs to be slightly, and you can make this thinner, but I wouldn't make them too thin because it might get caught in your hair and break. So you want the legs to be a little bit shorter, but you'll have to put them up. So decide how long you want to be the leg to be compared to the, let me actually zoom in a little bit so you can see better what I'm doing. Okay, so you want the back leg to be about half the length of the tail, but bring it up to almost to half of the body. And the same, make sure that you always use the end of your string, because that will be rounded. Then bring this back up. Oh, come on. Your only thing is to make sure that you don't really cover the hole in the back post. And at this point, all you want to do is to flatten it, make it almost at the same level as the post, because you don't want to have problems putting the post in. Then turn it around, bring the little legs down, and another thing you need to do is to make itty bitty dots. Where's my dot? I lost my dot. Ugh. My fingers are starting to get sticky. And if you're good enough to put more of them, I mean to even make toes, it's more power to you, you know how they say. But grab a ball stylus. So this way you have the back of the cat. So let's do it like this. This would be the back of your ear. Actually, I don't know if you can see me properly. I'm going now, and the last thing that you need to do before baking, you need to go with the wire or with the needle to make sure that you have enough hole here to go for the post to go in. But anyway, remember how the little cat is in the front. Let me actually get to the one that was okay. So when I showed you that you make the head of the cat and then you put a few the little paws here, It's upside down. Anyway, I'll still show you, but it's upside down. It is the one that's up on right, the right top one, but it's upside down, so you cannot really see the little. If I can find where I put the little paws. No. Yeah, see, right, this one. And then the other part is with the back of the cat coming out from the back of your ear, you know, like the cat just plainly goes through your ear, and it's just the back of it is just hanging there. So I hope you'll try to do it. The thing that I'm going to do next time is I'm going to change a little bit the scheme, because yes, Halloween has a lot of orange and stuff, but there's another color combination. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Let me actually try and find some. And of course, you can spend more time. What I gave you was the whole idea. A lot of people attach the tail with the. Okay, let's get back to display. Attach the tail and make it a little bit different, and attach the tail with the jump ring. And there's various ways in which you can make the whole head and stuff. See, this one she put it in front, but I personally prefer this style. And to each their own how they want to make it. See, this lady hangs the whole cat from the post. I personally prefer to attach it to the post. It seems to be, to me, more secure. But anyway, next time, as I was saying, I'm going to do some other stuff, because another very successful color combination for Halloween, but people don't realize it just because it's this whole orange and black theme, and sometimes purple for some reason have become the equivalent of Halloween. But the other color that gives a lot of Halloweenish feeling is actually green. So I know that you'll find in my, and I'll have to recheck that playlist because I know it's more stuff than that. And I know that I had a live in which I showed how to make cauldron earrings and kawaii little ghosts and all kinds of other stuff, and pumpkins and all kinds of things. But as I was saying, green has a very, very Halloweenish horror movie style effect. So next time I'm going to show you how to make very easy in the same style earrings and jewelry, but using a more greenish combination. And this time we're gonna go bats and crows and all that stuff. Okay, yeah, I actually have I need to put it up when October starts. I have a hanging for my for the front of the house, Actually, let me bring it because I'm sure that you're gonna love it. And there you go. Can you see it? I can make the that bigger. Hold on. And there you go. It's my outdoors hanging and it's metal. So it's from I told you that I have a friend who's got a metaphysical store where I sell sometimes stuff, and she gave it to me as a Halloween present. Anyway, so this is what we are going to do next time. I think I did glowing spider webs, and actually we can do some glowing stuff as well. But one thing I need to make you aware of, this whole glow in the dark clay, polymer clay, doesn't really glow in the dark too much. I mean, it does for a very, very short amount of time. So sometimes it's less than even a minute. But we will still do stuff like that because I do have glow in the dark, and we can still do some stuff. And hopefully by then I'll have my neighbor come and put back up my black blinds, because I cannot really get full dark in here. Okay, so thank you so much, and I shall see you next Sunday. Don't forget to thumbs up, and don't forget to use my affiliate links and my Amazon influencer store so that I can do more giveaways. And there will be a giveaway for Halloween, so that you'll be able to get stuff in time for the holidays. Okay, thank you so much, and have a wonderful next week. Bye.